Alright, we are green, which means we are green to go. Today is Tuesday! Yeah! I know
When was the
numbers.
last time you slept?
Fanfiction Contempt Theater 9000 begins today as hosted by SneakyDevil, joined by Max Force and Atin, and that says 90,000. Good job, brain! Good job! Round of applause for my fucking brain. I'll fix that someday.
So I gotta ask, why do you have the chat box over on the right with the feed over on the left?
What are you talking about?
Oh, that's the YouTube chat box.
YouTube chat's on the right.
Oh, that's the
Twitch chat's on the left.
I didn't know we had anyone who would actually chat with us on YouTube.
We don't, but you know, it's called being prepared.
I see.
Someone's high, I am never high. Speaking of never high, to start today's off... Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
I'm ready. Someone thinks he's famous on YouTube. You know, someday, even if it takes me 20 years, I'll have one person put a message on my YouTube chat.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway. Okay, so since today is in fact Tuesday, that does mean we will go back and read shit that we've previously read first.
Yeah.
Which is good, because that was good shit that we read previously.
Okay, sorry. What did I miss?
Oh wait, no, it wasn't always good shit. Some of it was really bad shit that I just found fucking hilarious. Right. You missed nothing. You have missed nothing. We're about to start on Devil Spidey. Get the fuck off our YouTube chat.
I mean,
I'm fine with this. If he wants to inflate not views on both sides, that's fine.
Oh boy. Alright, so anyway, this is maybe this lifetime, last seen let's see, 3
Friday?
shows ago?
oh.
No.
Ooh, we're dredging up some old stuff.
Yeah, no, this was quite a bit ago actually.
Yeah, this was the one we had last Tuesday. Oh no, this was the one we had last Tuesday.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, maybe this lifetime, so I'll be posting this into the chat for anyone that wants to follow along.
I remember we wanted to do this one not because we think it's good, but because it's like a car crash and we couldn't look away.
Because of how bad you guys.
I had a blast reading it.
I never said we didn't.
Yes, we have checked this one. This is chapter 2. We read chapter 1 of this previously. This is what we do, Devil Spidey. On Tuesdays, we go back to old stories that we found fucking hilarious. Well, I found fucking hilarious, and they found groan-worthy. And we go and read them again.
It was painful.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. And I'm sure it'll be just as painful this time around. Anyway. So, as a refresher, maybe this lifetime is John Ark is an immortal, and Ruby Rose is also an immortal, but Ruby Rose has died and has respawned into Ruby Rose, and John is searching for her. And so far, he's been pretty fucking creepy about it, too. And we got some really weird grammar interactions on this one that made it sound like he was going to kill Yang or something.
We still haven't ruled out.
Are we suckers for pain? Well, we played Dota.
Well,
two of us do.
Yeah.
Again, we came back to this one not because we thought it was funny, but because
I thought it was funny.
Well, in my case, I thought this is a train wreck, and I can't look away.
Oh yes, this was the... Yes, I remember. This is the review that I left on this chapter. John searched for a trash can to throw up. I searched a trash can and found this. Coincidence? I think not.
Pleasant human being as always.
Okay. So let's
all he knows how to be.
begin. Just how old are you? She asked with awe-filled eyes. I took a vial of dust from her coat. I have outlived my grandchildren when they first dug this out of the ground. I learned to fight without nature's wrath.
What? What?
When all we had was our wrath. Rose took the glass bottle from me gingerly. Our wrath? A grim look settled onto my face. When all we have is ourselves to defend against the monsters, we have to become monsters ourselves, and I stopped holding it in.
No,
centuries.
That's not how that works.
It had been
That
centuries
is how you end up
since
with
I
evil.
felt like this. My aura, something that normally protected me from harm, turning into wrath, a force that destroyed everything around me. Before dust, we had only our semblances to survive, so we took them and twisted our very souls so we could become monsters.
Hey, you know what, Sneaky? I think this might be time to test out that new overlay.
You are, in fact, correct, good sir. We have fucking production quality. So are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Boom!
I'm ready, Mr. Krabs.
Just gotta wait for the 2-second delay.
It hasn't showed up for me yet. Come on, there we go.
Please roll your eyes in disgust immediately.
That is some grade A production quality there.
Either find following a good story or not edgy. Please see a doctor immediately. That is a long scroll. That is a really long scroll.
Proof that that's just proof it was made by a government.
This is not a drill. Oh my god.
It just cycles through that. Fucking production quality.
10 out of 10.
I don't know either, Spidey. I'm confused.
Could I not find any worse font? Well, I could have done it in Sans, Comic Sans. So yeah, I could have done it in a worse font.
Oh, I'm gonna have to hunt down an eBay seller now.
Why?
Ordered a handful of Yu-Gi-Oh cards last week. Finally getting in the last batch of them.
Uh-huh.
This one asshole. It was a 2-pack of a card, and it's like these are English. One of them's in Spanish.
10 out of 10.
I mean, you can still technically use that.
Well, no, I'm sitting here like it's a good thing I'm not going to tournaments for money because I'd be kicked out for that. It has to be English.
Oh.
Yep.
I think it has to be English. So.
Alright, anyway.
Words.
Alright,
Anyway,
so, since you think it is so awful, how about
Who
some
thinks
good
what
old
is
Georgia
awful?
text, then?
What?
What? No, the entire point of this is to be horrible.
What do you...
This is a perfectly serviceable font.
I know, I just changed it to Georgia. Not much of a difference.
Why is there a font called Georgia?
It's one of the oldest fonts, dude.
Yeah. Because the South is so darn arrogant.
Guys, all we have is NASCAR. We aren't allowed to be this arrogant.
It's no left turn! Anyway, back into...
Yourself.
Oh no! He's going into straightaway! What's he gonna do? It's an on left turn!
I hate you.
So how often does this happen? Oh, well you see he makes 4 left turns, 250 times. Oh. That's it?
Okay.
Yeah! And sometimes they crash!
We're purging your species.
Usually, the only reason we watch those is we're secretly hoping for a crash.
Oh heavens, yes! That was the only reason I ever watched it. I was like, I am a barbarian and I'm enjoying smashing metal.
Indeed. Anyway, the sound of Ruby sleeping was relaxing to listen to. She was sprawled out in her sleeping bag about 2 meters away from me, snoring lightly in her sleep. We had stayed up a little later than we should have because the three of us were talking, but we went to bed when everyone else turned out all their lights. Having already been up for about an hour, I had gotten ready by eating breakfast and finding my weapons and armor. Strangely enough, there were 2 people that were also eating breakfast. A girl with orange hair who refused to stop talking, and a boy with black hair that barely said a word. I had thought of waking the 2 girls up when I did, but Yang said that if I came anywhere within a meter of them while they were sleeping, I would be missing a leg. And while I may be immortal, I was definitely not immune to pain.
Okay, wait. Don't. If you're
time
this,
to wait.
If you're this all-powerful thing, whatever. Just move on.
Deciding to let them wake me up when they may, wake up when they may. I left to go check out the training rooms at Beacon. Walking outside for the first time today, I was met with a pale-skinned girl who was wearing a bow in her black hair. Good dawn, I said to the girl, looking to see that the sun was just starting to rise over the horizon. Instead of getting a response, the bow on her head just twitched, and she went back into the ballroom. I scoffed and shook my head. Some people. The walk around the campus was peaceful, if not a bit dull. I stopped by my statue and fed a bit of my aura into it, just to make it shine.
Okay. I have many problems here. First of all, good dawn. I understand you're thousands of years old, but
thousands of years old, Atin. You have to understand.
You think you'd have learned something about blending in. Also, his statue, little pretentious there. I understand it is a statue of him, but you had to decide it was a statue of him. And last, but certainly not least, putting aura into his statue to make it shine.
Yeah, don't you know aura is magic?
Is it possible that you could do that? I suppose, but I want to point out that he literally just polished a statue of himself with his soul.
Yeah.
I mean, narcissist. What crossover is this? This is not a crossover. This is just straight up Ruby. Straight up Ruby garbage.
We cover all kinds of trash here, my friend. All kinds.
Have you girls? Oh yes, we have checked that link out. I was saving that for a Friday or whenever we have an open slot.
Indeed. You guys didn't see that. You guys aren't privy to what happens in our Discord, of course. However, there was 2 days worth of groans and pain as Sneaky painstakingly combed section by section, searching for the finest garbage.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right, Devil's Blade. You are in fact deep-throating Ruby.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, by the way, I probably would have come back to the Discord sooner, but, like, the day I was like, I should probably hop back in Discord, let them know I'm not dead, you started doing that horse shit. Like, alright, time to take an even longer break.
I didn't fucking notice.
Fucking. What's this link, by the way? I don't think I've been. That Spidey gave you to.
Oh, that's the document link to his friend's trash story.
I don't think I've seen that link. Has that link been put in the Discord?
I believe it's in the Discord. Yes. You'll be able to find it by searching for Google Docs.
I'm gonna take a look
alright.
at that myself,
Anyway,
then.
moving on. Yes, extreme anal tears.
Please, not that again.
The grounds were cut and trimmed to perfection, and the building looked like they were straight out of a fairy tale. Some of the older students were walking around the campus, most likely going to the training rooms as well. When I got there, I found most of the older students not training, but rather staring at someone else who was. Towards one of the corners of the room, there was a tall girl with red hair who was fighting 4. The number 4! Spell it out, motherfucker. Training box
say,
with ease.
Ding! Points off.
Points off. Fucking hell, we're already in debt with this guy.
That does not mean we cannot continue to subtract points.
I know. The training bots were shaped to resemble knights in armor, with black lines running around their waist. Apparently, this was supposed to be something of merit, as the students who were in the room were speaking highly of the act. I turned to one of the people who was watching and asked them what the big deal was. Without turning away from the girl, he answered me like I was stopping him from watching his favorite TV show. Well, that's Pira Nikos. Not that I knew who that was. And the bots she's fighting are set to the hardest difficulty. You can tell by the black lines running around the waist.
Okay,
Holy
so
fucking shit, Max. Like, seriously, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, first off, I wanted to ask about that. Second of all, so he's learned what TV is and like what a scroll is and things like that, but
well, no, you see, he has no time for Pyrenicos because he's too busy jacking off to the thought of finding his rose.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Like you think that the immortal warrior who's been fighting the horrible grim menace for, you know, thousands of years at this point wouldn't
fucking
like
shit. Ow.
You okay there?
No, my shoulder just fucking seized up while I was drinking. And just fucking dropped my drink.
I was gonna say, you'd think the guy who's been fighting the Grim for thousands of years would at least have, like, set up, like, I don't know, like, a search alert for like, hey,
well,
current
we
tournament
already
winners.
covered that in the first chapter, you know?
We did. I don't remember us covering. I'm sure we did, but
Sorry, I had to wash off the crap.
yeah, that's fine. Anyway,
Yeah, no, I basically said, why doesn't he just fucking do like a Google scroll search or whatever the fuck it's called, to find people with silver eyes named Rose?
find people with silver eyes, or who are the current tournament winners? I should probably, you know, be on the lookout for them, since they're probably going to be pretty fucking strong. No? No? Okay.
I'll just walk around and hope I find them eventually.
And, like, with as old as he has to be, like, did you ever consider, like, I don't know, searching government files? Because I'm sure it'd be trivial for you to break in.
I'm sure you also, had a hand making every government. Or fucking some dumb shit like that. That's what happens, Devil Spidey, when you chug something. Anyway. I took a look at the bots, and I couldn't see anything that would make them so difficult. They were probably moving as fast as an alpha Beowulf, which I thought wouldn't have been too impressive for a student about to graduate, but I was about to pass her off as some senior who all of us would be told to live up to. The guy I asked earlier said something else. I don't get why she's doing this before her initiation, though. She should be exhausted after she's done. Almost as if she heard the guy say something about initiation, she twirled her sword and proceeded to behead each of the knights. Instead of the sparks and wires that I expected to come from the broken robots, there was a clean cut made into some metallic material where the neck would have been. The girl herself was almost immediately swarmed by those watching her, who she met with shy smiles and meek hellos. Having enough of the large crowd of people that were gathered to watch this girl, I left the training room and started to go back to the ballroom.
Okay.
I was never good with time, but I was fairly sure the initiation was about to start soon.
Like, let's just back up and take because, like, that's super awkward sentence structure. Having enough of the large crowd of people that were gathered to watch this go, like, you don't have to tell us again why the crowd is here. We know why the crowd is here. You don't even have to tell us it's a large crowd, because you already told us it's a large crowd. You have a bunch of unnecessary words, and because of that, it reads super awkwardly. Author, whoever you are. So, just
Yeah.
one of our many impromptu writing lessons.
Yeah, indeed. Anyway. When I got back to the ballroom, I found Ruby and Yang both eating breakfast. John, there you are. We were looking everywhere for you when we woke up. Ruby yelled as she saw me. You mean you were looking for him, Yang muttered as I took a seat opposite of Ruby. Well, I wake up early, and after I got breakfast, I went to go check out the training rooms. Ruby nodded her head, while Yang's perked up at the mention of training. I guess sitting around doing nothing yesterday must have made her antsy. How do they look? Anything cool, or... Yang left the question floating on the air. It's in the air.
Floating on the air.
I didn't really get a chance to tell. No one would show me how to set anything up because they were all watching some girl. Some redhead, I think. Yang gave off a sigh of frustration at my answer. I thought we weren't allowed to check anything out until after we passed initiation. Well, you thought wrong. Ruby, who had just finished her glass of milk, said to her sister. What? Ow, fucking
Max.
shit.
What are you doing? Anyway.
What?
I don't know. There's weird noises coming from your mic.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it picking up my air conditioner again? I've already finished tearing apart envelopes and whatnot.
Oh, yeah, no. There was, like, slurping sounds and, like, crinkling sounds coming from your mic.
We were like, what is... Are there demons? Cthulhu?
That was me tearing apart a bunch of envelopes and tearing into one of those bubble wrap envelopes.
Oh,
that
yes,
really
yes.
annoying. And it's like, why were these invented?
I think the more annoying envelope is the one that's padded with paper shredding.
Guys, we're here to read terrible stories, not talk about envelopes that annoy us. I'm not going to let us get that off topic.
Alright, you know what? And I'm going to find the most annoying envelope I can, and I'm just going to send it to you.
Fine.
Maybe fill it with some rocks to give it some weight.
Fill it with fucking rocks.
Fine. I'll use them in my Charlie Brown cosplay. All I got was rocks.
Okay. Anyway. Okay.
Oh?
I didn't realize I could do that.
What did you do?
I was scrolling through all my chat messages, apparently. Hey, Jean, I gave her a hum. Yang was just telling me about partners and teams and stuff. Her face turned nervous, almost scared. And I was wondering if maybe you would be my partner. Yang looked blown away by the forwardness of her sister. It's just that I don't know anyone here besides you and Yang, and I'm not good at talking to people, and if you don't want to, that's of course I want to, Ruby.
Okay, but if your two choices are random schmuck you just met,
but you don't understand, Atin. She wants his D.
Anyway.
Oh, fucking shit.
Ignoring that stupid little statement, like they've taken, this author's apparently taken Ruby's shyness to the
Shut up, Yang, and grab Mike away.
All right, gonna have to applaud Devil Spidey for that one. Anyway, but she's under the assumption she can choose partners. And her shyness has been taken to the nth degree. Why would she pick Joe Schmo that she's never met before versus her older sister, who like, I'm sure Tai Yang had them training at a young age.
Yeah.
Because her sister said she should go find other people besides her?
Yeah, but, like, that's go make friends. That's different from pick someone to go fight with. Whatever. This author's annoying me. I'm looking for things to dig.
Fucking Christ, stop seizing up, you useless nerves!
Go ice them or something.
That doesn't do anything.
Okay, then stab a red hot knife into them.
I want to!
So do it.
No, that'll hurt.
Put it under, you can put it under the live section of Twitch and they can all watch it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's against the Twitch guidelines.
I don't know. Let's go. Is stabbing myself against the Twitch guidelines?
Anyway, but I don't think we can just choose, even though I couldn't promise her what she wanted. She looked somewhat relieved. But we should really be trying to meet new people. You're never going to be comfortable with people if you don't try. But you are a new person. I just met you yesterday. She threw her hands in the air. It's not fair that I have to meet even more people. I've already made a new friend. What if everyone else hates me? Okay, calm down the autism there, Ruby.
Like, I'm antisocial, and you're gonna have to, like, come on now.
It's getting a little bit ridiculous.
Even I'm not that antisocial.
Yeah. Which begs the question, for someone we know is antisocial and is exhibiting rather severe symptoms of it, she sure is friendly with this stranger.
Yeah, I know, right? But again, she does want his D. Because she just knows it in her soul that she wants his D. Will all first-year students please report to Beacon Cliff for initiation? Again, all first-year students report to Beacon Cliff immediately, a voice said from the intercoms. Yang put her arms around Ruby's shoulder. Come on, Rubes, time's to make some new friends. But I don't want to make any new friends. I have you and John, she said as she half walked, half got dragged out by Yang. I picked up the trays they had forgotten and went after them, making sure that I still had all my stuff on me. So I mean, that was 30 minutes. We can keep going, or we can move on.
I mean, this is from a purely grammatical sense.
Yes, from a purely spelling and grammar sense, they're pretty much okay.
There's nothing wrong here.
It's mostly just the plot being fucking ridiculous, and the author making John extremely edgy and creepy when it comes to Ruby.
I was just say, yeah. I mean, if someone wants to read this, I mean, go for it, I guess. It's not for us. I'm sure to any edgy 13-year-olds out there that have misguided notions about true love, this is for you, probably.
Oh, great. Devil Spidey is trying to sell his Wang to himself.
Yes, I know. For the rest of us who've learned that romance movies are in fact just creepy stalker movies without a horror soundtrack, you probably won't enjoy this.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. I'm still gonna favorite Chapter 3 to continue reading on this stream whenever we need a good laugh. Because this story is a fucking riot for me. Alright, so up next we have The Beast of Remnant. Which, is the Naruto is the origin of Grimm, or is the prophet of Grimm or something.
Oh boy.
Is this one of the ones you guys looked at Friday?
No, this was quite a while ago. Remember he grabs the bartender's face and slams him into, like...
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that's right. Okay. We decided to cut this one short. Now I remember. And come back to it later.
How freaking long this first chapter is?
Yes, because of how long this first chapter was.
Well, you know what? This is a perfect opportunity to do it.
So we will go to an hour on this chapter and then move on.
Hey.
Alright, so is everyone ready?
No, but let's get this over with anyway.
Okay, so, grabs the bartender's face, Ozpin shows up, tries to recruit Naruto.
Blah, blah, blah.
Your daughter and Ruby will be attending Beacon Academy when we need a new teacher. I told you last time. What would Ruby say if she found out I was the reason her mom died? He has a large-ass axe. He attaches it to his back with magnetics. Your father was the leader of the Revolution of the Faunus.
Of course he was.
The Uzumaki family was known for, listen, I was abandoned in a forest when I was a baby, don't give me that. Grandfather, fought in the war, in the Kingdom's War. They were the deciding force of the war. Why should I be a teacher if my daughter Yang saw me? Okay, so we're So we're going with Raven fucked Naruto, told Tai Yang it was his, then abandoned Yang to Tai Yang and left? I guess that's the story we're going with here? Because, like, there'd be no other reason for Yang to be going to Beacon with Ruby otherwise. Yeah. And I say with Ruby because that's what they say. Your daughter and Ruby, like Ruby's supposed to matter to him. More angst. Oh, you're right. This is more angst, which requires the Edgelord tag.
We're getting too much use out of that already.
Yeah. Don't worry. It is not being retired anytime soon with half the stories I fucking pulled up. Blah, 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 you can't drink away your sadness, you disappeared for years.
Well, okay, hold up a minute. If Ricky's any indication, you can, in fact.
Edgelord, you needed a better name. Edgelord is the meme. Where have you been, Devil Spidey? At least it's not as bad as rant mode on every blinking on the fucking stream. You mean this rant mode on?
Oh, don't turn it up. Why did you remind him of it?
Spidey, this is your fault. This is all your fault.
Anyway. Tell me, why should I be a teacher? What if you saw me? You'll see your daughter again. Can't drink away. Guess. I told you that is no longer my concern. It's just you were once great. I'm not that man. Naruto. Ozpin yelled as the man fell asleep. What?
What?
Fucking okay. Apparently Naruto just fell asleep right then and there.
I think this person doesn't quite understand how drinking works.
What was your first clue?
I don't know. Maybe the edgelord alert and the fact that this feels like it was written by a 14-year-old.
Probably that, yeah. To make sure he stays asleep, Ozpin began playing his favorite song on the radio.
Wait, I thought he wanted him awake.
What? I didn't realize you could just tell the radio to play certain songs. I thought that was part of part of it being the fucking radio and not a music player.
Now I've just got this mental image of Ozpin. He's just calling into the station. Hey, you need to play this.
Fucking play this song, you piece of shit, immediately on loop for the next 10 hours.
I'll be sure to do that, Headmaster Ozpin. Once I get through the place. No, right now. This is an order.
I will fire you and replace you with someone that will do it.
I'll do it.
Monster! Demon! Because of you, she died! Naruto, hearing that, his eyes opened. He was in the bed, holding a tired raven. Promise me you'll watch over our daughter. If I were to die or disappear, always watch over Yang. Oh wow, that's so in character for Raven. Making other people watch over her daughter.
Little Miss Pissy Pants can't give two fucks about her own flesh and blood. Really, mate?
She literally doesn't care.
You are giving her way too much credit as a mother.
Like, she literally doesn't
Which
care.
just makes the ending scene of Volume 2 so much more confusing, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, yes.
Because we get that, we get this stinger, and it's like, is this the point at which we can see where Ruby stopped being Monty's vision or something? Because that felt like an important plot point with her actually treating Yang like she was more than just, you know,
garbage.
A thing.
Dream end! Wait, what the fuck? There was a...
That was a dream?
No. What?
What?
Was that entire thing a dream?
I don't know. Was
Naruto,
this all an illusion?
Or is this Inception? Is this like the next Inception movie?
Yes.
Is this a leaked script?
Only twice as shit. When his eyes opened, he found himself in the infirmary. The man just sat up with one hell of a hangover, but when he looked, he saw a new pair of clothes on the chair. Blah, blah, blah. Capped bottle of sake. Yeah, I guess they would have sake. And Naruto looked down. Small chains wrapped around his upper body and goatee gone. What?
What?
Who the fuck
So he could be wearing an Anbu outfit with a fox mask, with a pair of headphones over his ears.
I just want to know, like...
What?
Who shaved his goatee? Why?
Why are there chains across him? Why does he have an Anbu outfit?
No, Sneaky, I don't care about the chains. I want to know what asshole went and shaved another man's facial hair without his permission while he was sleeping.
And why is Naruto acting like there's nothing wrong with someone just shaving his goatee while he's asleep?
What? Why is he not reacting to chains around his upper body?
It's like, oh...
Why is he an Anbu? What the fuck is going on? He's supposed to be some sort of fucking prophet of the Grimm, but not really because he had a life before this or something?
And now he's playing a pair of headphones. What the fuck?
He plays the song once again, so he just listens to one fucking song on loop forever. K. Approaches door, gets his axe. Walks out of the infirmary. Students are confused as to who the fuck this guy is. Yeah, you know, to be fair, I would be fairly confused if some guy in a ninja costume and a fox mask wearing headphones walked out of the infirmary with a giant fuck-off axe.
Especially if no one knew who he was. Like,
I'm pretty sure I'd be like, who the fuck is this guy? I'm pretty sure I'd remember this.
Don't think I've had a class with him.
The start of the new school year at Beacon Academy. This Saturday, Faunus civil rights protests turned dark when members of the White Fang disrupted the ceremony. Once, Naruto turned the TV off in his room as he sat on his bed, wearing only boxers. His upper body was quite muscular. The man walks over to the corner of his rather large / training room. That's not how you use a slash. That had weightlifting. The bar weighed total of 1,000 pounds, while the weights themselves were 9,000 pounds, equaling a total of 1,000 pounds. Yet Naruto picks it up with just his left hand.
I was gonna say 10,000, not 1,000. They did do basic math correctly.
See, my main problem with this is a 1,000 pound bar I don't think would be capable of holding a 10,000 pounds in total of weight. I'm pretty sure that would bend the steel.
And even if it was, like,
I'm pretty sure
10,000
pounds is,
and he's just swinging this around, like,
yeah. And
maybe it's
with such
adamantium.
speed and force, causing the air itself to be pushed from just how fast the swings were. I'm pretty sure that'd be massive unbalancing, and the weights would go flying off.
I was gonna say, that's not hard to do. Anyone can push air away by swinging things quickly. I understand this person's trying to make it be like, oh, look how badass he is. But the problem
guys, I think he just lifted this straight out of One Piece. That's an exercise that Zolo does after the time skip for his sword swinging. He just takes grossly large weights and starts swinging them around, and even he's having trouble moving them. Like, he's got effort going on.
But apparently Naruto doesn't.
Come on, mate. Be somewhat original.
Be original. Be fuck off.
If you can't be original, be a bit more subtle about where you're lifting this from, because I swear to God, One Piece is the only place I've ever seen this done.
Picks up his sake bottle and drinks the entire thing, and then shatters it against the wall.
Alright, Naruto's just an
asshole.
I was gonna say, he's just a massive dick, but leaving that aside,
I didn't realize he turned into Tsunade.
No. See, Tsunade would never just throw that bottle, though. Not without good reason.
Fair enough.
You're just gonna peg someone with it.
Yeah.
Like, she's not just gonna take this bottle and throw it at a wall. Nah, that shit's getting used as ammo.
This is true. Outside was a very annoyed Glinda Goodrich.
That aside, like, I'm sure you're trying to be like, oh, let's make him look cool and badass, but, like, you've established nothing about him, so, this is just ridiculous. Like, in any circumstance, this is ridiculous, but now it's even more ridiculous because you haven't given us any indication that he's, like, hyper strong. Like, sure, he smashed someone through a table, but that's not that hard.
Yeah.
If it's a freestanding bar table, smashing a human being into one of those, assuming you can lift the human being, smashing the table with them is not going to be a difficult feat. And that's something even a normal human who, goes to the gym 3 days a week can accomplish. Like, that's not some superhuman feat. So now when you're having him lifting 10,000 pounds with one hand and swinging it around...
There, I removed the blinkingness on it.
It just looks stupid.
Yeah, no, it's just... Oh man, he's so fucking muscular and strength. He can just swing 10,000 pounds around like nothing.
I really want to know what material is being used and how dense this weight is now. That's bothering me. I'm not going to go digging for this again, though. No, this hasn't fitted me quite like the bullhead problem.
To be fair, you do have a point, Max, because I've seen professional weightlifting, and that's like 1,000 pounds in total, right? Like, that's around the highest?
I think there's a handful of men and women who have benched up to 1,000.
And I've seen those weight sizes, and that's a lot of space for 1,000 pounds, or whatever weight limit it is.
Yeah, current world bench press champion pressed 1,075 pounds.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, this was a press, not a deadlift like Naruto is
What's the
doing here.
deadlift?
The deadlift. Let's see, world record deadlift.
Well, I was gonna say, here's the thing: when you see things like that,
Whoa,
you
crap.
do see those bars bending in the middle. When these
Oh
guys
yeah,
are
no,
holding those
that's
weights.
what I'm saying. Because like I've
Oh.
seen deadlifting championships before and shit like that.
You can fuck off, mate.
What?
1,180 pounds.
Mm.
That
Okay,
is
so
not someone I want to take a hit from.
no, it is not. So with that, I've seen, you know, the Olympics and shit and competitions and shit for that. I've seen how big those fucking weights are just to get around 1,000 pounds, and how much
Yeah.
that bar bends at 1,000 pounds, let alone 10,000 pounds
I was
with
gonna say,
one
now, to be
hand.
fair, that's a 45. Now, to be fair, the standard is a 45-pound bar.
I believe this is a picture of the deadlift.
But that's my
Okay,
point.
Google,
Like
I'm gonna-
the bar itself would have to be insanely thick to reach 1,000 pounds for the bar alone, and not have it be enormously long.
Sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
There. The embedded photo works now. Like, look at the bend on that.
Oh
one.
yeah, I know.
That
That's what I'm saying. Is
Ooh.
And without meaning any disrespect to the gentleman performing the amazing feat right here, that bar's not even as high as the promotional image behind him.
yeah. No.
That's him getting ready for it. I think that's the thumbnail.
Yeah. That was the prep work. But like, look
I
how
know
big
it's just
those
a
weights
prep,
are.
But I'm just
and
saying,
that's around 1,000
look at
pounds.
how much bent that bar. Look how
Yeah.
bent that bar
I know.
is.
I'm saying, and that's around 1,000 pounds.
Yeah. Oh, and keep in mind, by the way, this world record does have wrist straps.
Yeah.
He is using wrist straps in that. That is a common technique, so there's still a little bit of weight distribution going on there.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
Sneaky, I think you should probably throw this picture up there for the audience, or at least drop a link for it, because...
Yeah. I'll just hold on.
Because they can't see what we're talking about
Yep.
right now.
So, as I'm pointing out, these are how big. That is around 500 pounds on each end of the bar. That's the bar bending. That's around a 45-pound bar. So the bar would probably have to be, well, if that's around 50 pounds, so double the thickness and you get 100 pounds. And then times 10 that thickness. So times 20 thickness of that bar to get 1,000 pounds at around that size of the bar in terms of length.
Holy crap.
So
And
that's
not even counting
that's an
the
insanely
weight.
thick bar. And on top of that, now you also have to add weights probably half the size of the person themselves just to get to 4,500 pounds on each side.
Yeah.
That is a massive fucking weight. And it doesn't matter how strong you are. The amount of weight distribution, like you can be as strong as you want. But you need to be as heavy or heavier than the object you are lifting to not have it shift your position while you're lifting it. Or you have to use proper lifting procedure for, like in deadlifting. But if you're just going to go down, pick it up with one hand and start swinging it around, you are not redistributing the weight at all.
Yeah.
Which means you're going to end up with your fucking ass on the floor, face first, probably being crushed by that fucking weight. Because you don't weigh 10,000 pounds, unless Naruto in this story weighs 10,000 pounds.
In which case we have other questions to answer.
Yeah.
Like, how is he not denting the floor? How is he not literally destroying everything he walks on?
Yeah, good
You're
point.
allowed to do this.
Yeah, it's just like, there's the picture with rant mode off, just so everyone can see it for a quick second. Turn rant mode back on. But yeah, like, that's the point I'm trying to make. Like, those weights have to be absolutely absurdly massive. The bar itself has to be absurdly massive just to get to 10,000 pounds. Like, this is the point in time where you pass it off as, oh yeah, you know, it looks like a regular weight, but it's got special aura runes or chakra runes or seals or something on it that make it like 10 times heavier when you lift it with chakra or something. You know, like, this is the part where you ass pull to make the weight heavier.
Oh yeah, it should be noted, by the way, I decided to look at the YouTube video facts. Devil Spidey brought up how long it takes to lift this particular bar.
Yeah.
The man starts lifting 23 seconds into the video, and it's only a 54-second video.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like...
There's a lot of prep time that goes into this stuff.
Oh, yeah, no, like, that's the thing.
Oh, that wasn't even like the full deadlift I'm used to, where they got to get it over their head.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
that's
yeah, no.
just like
It's
get
just,
it to
can
your
you
thigh,
lift
man.
it? Yeah.
Jesus. Oh.
Yeah.
Fuck humanity.
Yeah, no,
Stupid shit. And we get away with it somehow.
so, yeah, frankly, it's just retarded. Him lifting 10,000 pounds. Now that we have that out of the way, let's move on and see what other retarded ass shit that is probably fucking on here.
By the way, Sneaky, I'm gonna borrow this whole 10,000 pound thing.
Oh, for what, Hovel?
Yeah, later on in the story, like, once we get closer to the end of everything going horribly, horribly wrong. As an omake, because I think that'll be great. I'm gonna train at the top of this building. Cool. Where'd you get a 5-ton weight?
It's just the fucking rock in the shape of the weight, and where the weight number's supposed to be, it just has the words "fuck you" on it.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Continuing on with the story.
Picks it up, swinging it through the air. Minutes. Neru at the door, knocking. Sake bottle, drinks it. Okay. Open the damn door. She could no longer speak to the door opening to reveal Naruto wearing boxers with a mask to conceal his face, including chains on his upper body. The man looks both ways, takes off the mask, showing her the face, and it is yellow wolf ears. That's right, he's a faunus. I forgot about that part.
Should be Fox, but...
Yeah, you know, well,
me.
you know, sometimes you just have to ship it real hard.
I hate you.
Yeah, it was long. Anyway. Hello, Glinda. Been a few years. Normally serious teacher began blushing and stuttering.
Of course she did. Jesus fucking.
I thought she was far from pleased. That church turned around.
I haven't changed at all since we were in class. I have to ask, how has the so-called Monkey King, Divine Summoner, and Kitten been doing?
Anyone else confused?
Yep.
Alright, good.
I thought I told you years ago they left Beacon and became the headmasters of Shade Academy. Kitten, as you put it. What do you mean, as you put it? It's just Kitten. Is still missing. Hearing that, he gave a laugh. Of course this happened. What? We pretty much despise each other, yet we are monsters in our own way. After saying that, he was fully dressed, and he picks up the axe that was deep in the floor. Like, he just fucking chopping up your floor?
Okay, hang on, I'm sorry. Shade Academy has 3 headmasters, one of which is apparently missing. Why is this not bigger news?
I don't fucking know, man. That will never change is how we all act individually, but you are sure those 2 should be headmasters of a single academy?
Okay,
After
so
he
while
said
this is
that.
just absolute garbage and there's nothing redeeming going on, I'm gonna go get dinner real quick.
Alright,
Someone
you
else
do
can
that.
Tag out when I come
Oh,
back.
sure, just abandon us.
I said
Hold
someone else
on,
can tag out.
I actually have an alternative title specifically for when people tag out.
Oh
Excellent.
boy.
Boom.
Good. I'll be right back.
Transition.
Cool. 2-second delay again. Yay.
Come on.
I'm sticking around to see what the delay does. Because I'm
I
sure it's
wanna
just
see
going to
what
be
this
something
is.
cursing me.
Transition, you motherfucker. There we go.
Don't want to transition.
I just modified the bar.
Yay, yay.
Nice.
I have one for every combination.
Oh, good.
But anyway, back to the Edgelord scroll.
Do we have to?
Because it is fucking still edgy as shit. Oh boy, oh it gets edgier. Oh boy. I don't even know actually. You'll give couple classes. Here are your papers. Glinda looking at him confused, and he throws the papers behind his back. She was confused until she opened the papers to find who was assigned to his classes. Ruby Rose and Yang Uzumaki. Oh god. It gets fucking worse. Are you ready for it to get worse? Naruto, when he heard that, he looks at her to see she was tapping her head, and with a nod he starts playing his music, which in turn calms him down. As he left, Glinda looks at his door, spot a single picture showing 4 teens, Naruto, Uzumaki, Kakashi, Shnee, Shizuka, Belladonna, Son Goku, Wukong.
Kakashi Shnee. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Shnee!
Is that Weiss's dad?
Yeah,
'Cause if
probably.
so,
Yeah.
Weiss is going to be a much different character with Kakashi as
I
well.
really hope so.
Holy crap.
Yep. You know, Kakashi, he stabs you with his Shnee.
Just keep reading.
Shnee.
Still can't believe Shnee gets you the weather report for your area.
I don't know fucking
get
why that is!
Like, I'm gonna Google this.
What?
Shnee.
Google why?
No. Just got in. I'm already cringing. Are you ready for Snow Mountain?
Oh. Just keep going.
Fucking goddamn it, Japan. Okay. So,
Never
for
letting
those
that
of you
go.
just joining us, we are currently covering a Naruto Ruby crossover fanfiction where apparently Naruto may or may not be some sort of prophet of the Grim. His team members were Kakashi, but he's a Shnee now and probably Weiss's father. Naruto is the father of Yang, and he fucked Raven, but Raven still gave the kid to Taiyang. And Shizuka is Blake's mother, and
We
Son
think.
Goku is for some reason a human, and the father of Son Wukong.
How fucking far ahead did you read, mate?
Oh, I know. I was just hypothetically talking.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
just assuming
Oh.
because they picked all these names that that's what's going to happen, and Naruto's going to be like, oh my god, it's the kids of all my people that I hated. Which actually really raises the question as to why the fuck Kakashi is the headmaster of Shade Academy and may or may not be Weiss's father, or related to Weiss. Maybe Weiss's older brother? Whatever.
Maybe it's her uncle, her estranged uncle on her mother's side. God
Yeah,
knows
or
her dad's a piece of
something.
shit.
Glinda,
God,
aren't you
God,
excited?
shit.
Came the words of a teenage Ozpin, flashback to years ago. which is hands in his pockets, and he wore black sunglasses. Come on, Naruto. Hearing that, Glinda turns to see a teenager wearing rags as he has a fox mask on his face. Next to him was a teenager with long black hair. That was the first time I met him. I want to fuck him so bad. I want his D. Thanks, Glinda. So Glinda is sexually interested in Naruto. Why is there a Mexican mouse in the initiation? I don't know. I can't answer that question. Still addicted to coffee, it seems. Muttered as he drank some more sake. Ozpin, Bartholomew, take a drink from some coffee. You never change, Hercules. Bringing up Naruto's legendary nickname. Fucking Jesus Christ. Speedy Gonzalez, blah 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 blah. Now a word from one of our teachers. Menma. Oh, good. He's using that name.
Can we just leave poor Menma alone?
Ever
Bastard
since
who
that
got
name got introduced and everyone fucking uses it for Dark Evil Naruto or Naruto in disguise or Naruto coming back to kill his family because they betrayed him at a young age. Or fucking something else, I don't know.
Just leave the poor name alone, alright? It was actually a pretty okay character in the movie. Or
no potential whatsoever.
Yeah.
The past has more violence. Oh, what? I, for one... Okay, so this is following Ozpin's speech about him seeing potential in all of them, but that they're unguided. And Naruto follows up with, I think you're all shit and everyone's gonna die.
That pretty much sums up a hunter's job, yeah.
Dead silence. He drops the mic and walks away. Glinda picks up the mic. Sleep in the ballroom tonight. You're dismissed. He seemed pretty dark, Yang says. As if he didn't want to be here, Ruby says. Lice had wide eyes due to the teacher having connections to her uncle. You called it, Max! Kakashi is her uncle. Kakashi of the Shni.
I hate you so much. Stop it. Stop it. Oh, please let his semblance just be like,
I could
do you
just
think...
copy yours.
Well, I mean, since he's not lightning aligned anymore, do you think it's called, like, Rai Shni?
He's not lightning aligned anymore, you jackass. How would that make sense?
Well, I mean, he's snow aligned now, obviously. He stabs people with his Shni cutter. Please, no.
I hate you. Why did Atin have to leave me alone with you?
I'm a natural blonde, you know. Came the words of John, but as this was happening, Yang looks at the doorway where Menma disappeared, thinking exactly where she heard his voice. Please, purge it with holy promethium. Oh, unfortunately, Anon, I have to give you some bad news. If I can't even get child pornography taken off this website, this fucking garbage fire ain't going anywhere.
Alright, I'm back. Someone else can tag out for food if they so desire.
Now you're back.
Oh, you're just in time to see Kakashi reveal his Shni cutter.
Okay, I'm going to leave now. Oh my god, what have I missed?
So yeah, Kakashi is...
Wait, are we on a new story, or...?
Nope.
Oh, good. Good. So where are we?
We're in the Emerald Forest. Okay, so everything you've missed so far is Glinda wants Naruto's D real bad. Mm-hmm. Naruto is related to was teammates with Kakashi, Sun Wukong, and Shizuka. Shizuka is Blake's mom, or uncle, or aunt, or something. Kakashi is Weiss's uncle, and Sun Wukong is either Sun's father or uncle again. His three teammates are all sharing leadership headmaster position of Shade Academy.
But one of them's missing.
Yeah, but the Belladonna is missing.
Okay.
Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, and Naruto gave a speech after Ozpin saying that everyone here is shit and is gonna die.
Which, again, pretty much sums up the life of a hunter.
Yeah.
So...
No, I hate to break it to you, Devil Spidey, that there is in fact no hope, and there will always be females interested in Naruto's D.
Oh, hey, Xenon's here.
No. To be fair, sometimes it's guys that are interested.
This is true. Sometimes there are guys interested in Xenon's D.
Not what I was talking about. Sadly, unfortunately for Xenon, I don't think anyone's ever been interested.
Well, I mean, they are the 996th Quark, so it's possible.
I suppose.
Was the stream name inspired by Mystery Science Theater 3000? Holy shit! Fucking, we're only 6 months in and you finally figure that out?
To be fair,
God damn!
To be fair, we haven't had the title for 6 months.
No, that is true. We've only had it for 3 months. Yes, Xenon, it was in fact inspired by Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Yeah. Really need to find time to finish editing the second episode and start uploading them or something. We need more material! We need more material before we can start uploading.
Indeed. Alright, currently Naruto's walking through the forest, multiple grim Beowulfs running around him, not attacking him since they were fighting amongst themselves.
Oh, that sure is nice. Them just backing off like that.
Oh, good.
Oh yeah, MSK Theater was great.
It was always wonderful. Anyway, this is this is something I love when authors do. Let me know when I'll rant when we get there. Go ahead.
Naruto stopped in the woods, seeing images of the past. Images stopped after one of the Grim nudged him, feeling that he turns to it and pats its head. What the damn, that girl can scream. Naruto says with surprise, not knowing a man screamed like that. I'll see you guys later. I don't like this. I said he pats it on its head and goes to the other locations. Even though the axe weighs a lot, he stopped a few seconds later due to hearing it. Oh, come on, they trespassed into his area. Naruto yelled and began running faster past the trees, but immediately stops after grabbing his head. He then takes out the 4 capped bottles that were attacked when I hit his pants and began drinking it.
What? The author has... Did this author have a stroke?
I think this author might have just had a minor stroke. He then takes out one of the 4 capped bottles that were attacked when I his pants and began drinking it.
He's not changing anything in that sentence.
Okay, anyway, so you said you were going to rant about something?
No, we haven't quite gotten there yet, so...
Okay. Currently, Ruby was running from a Deathstalker. Ruby Yang yelled as she ran towards her sister. Nevermore that was releasing feathers at them. One of them hits her cape, stopping in place. The others go forward. Ruby doesn't. The girl begins pulling on her cape with no avail. Ruby, get out of there. I'm trying. Deathstalker is about to attack her, but then a clang sounds. Hands up over her head protector.
Head protector.
So what, they're all fucking ninjas apparently? and looks in the direction of the Deathstalker to see its striker being blocked by a large axe. The girl's eyes widen slowly to see Menma, one of her new teachers.
Striker.
Sorry if your sleep was disturbed. I suggest you go back home. Hearing that, the Deathstalker said something before walking away. I'm happy you're okay, Yang said, and looks up at Naruto, who just looks at the giant black bird. You guys are done here. I will be speaking to Ozpin about the team place. He was cut off by seeing Yang and Ruby and Yang's eyes widen. Seeing this, he smirks.
Okay, there are even before we get to the thing I wanted to rant about, there are so many problems with this entire paragraph.
Anyway, wait till we get to the back at Beacon Hill section, then we can start ranting.
Okay.
Watch and learn, kids. Can't forget, Ruby OST Red Like Roses Part 2. Watch and learn, kids. This is how a huntsman kicks ass. With that said, he glances back, seeing the Nevermore unleashing a barrage of feathers at them, and he wraps his arms around the girl so the axe could act like a shield. How big is his fucking axe?
I was gonna say, apparently, Naruto just has Hector's axe.
Yeah, okay, so Anon, he may or may not be the prophet of the Grim. We don't know yet, but it was sort of implied that he kind of was. And that he woke up from a meteor. But at the same time was born on Remnant and has a family.
Like Sneaky.
It's a bit confusing.
Like, Sneaky, the axe would have to be at least the size of the image I'm about to link. Because if it's not, otherwise there's no way it's going to act as a shit. Like, it's got to be at least this size, right? Probably bigger, based on the way this guy's been going on about how much weight he can lift. But still, it's got to be at least that big.
Oh, no, it's got to be bigger than that, because you got to keep in mind, he's got to shield himself and 2 people with that axe without being hit.
Well, no, I mean, this is incredibly count, but as long as the axe can cover 1 person, you only have to, technically speaking,
who do I have to
shield 1 person.
Yeah, Anon, you're gonna have to murder a fucking shitload of people to get rid of this garbage.
Yeah. That's part of the reason we're doing this, because there's so much of it.
Yeah, I know, right? Anyway, he got in the pitcher stance, pulling his arm back while his left helped him aim. And he took 1 large step and throws the feather back at the Nevermore and hits it in the head, which results in it falling down.
I'm sorry. A pitcher's stance.
Yeah.
With a feather.
Yeah. And then Beowulfs appear. Guess they want to fight with those words. He began charging them without drawing his weapon, but now standing in front of 3 Grims. One chance run. With that said, the beast swung down his arm, and all Naruto did was outstretched his right arm so that he could grab the Beowulf's right hand's middle finger, which resulted in the arm stopping.
Oh, just let me let my suffering end.
Seeing this, it tilts its head before a foot slams into its stomach, sending it flying past the other 2 larger Beowulfs and the smaller ones. When he too looked back at Naruto, they found his hands in front of their faces, with his middle finger pulled back. With a single flick, he sent both flying back and hitting the ground as they're now... Holy shit, how many times can you misspell the word there?
I don't know, but we should probably put a counter on there.
I fucking wish, mate. Now laying in front of smaller Beowulfs who looked up at Naruto while he just raised his right arm to touch the axe. OSTN! Run! Now! As he said it, the Beowulfs understood as they began walking back slowly, followed by the larger ones who stood up, and Yang and Ruby were amazed at his abilities that are beyond normal huntsmen, as the groom seemed to understand Menma. Back at Beacon Hill. Okay, so is there anything else you want to rant about before we get going?
Yeah, so, the couple of things I wanted to rant about. First, even before the thing that I actually was all set to rant about when I saw it.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so first,
yeah,
we have them not questioning the fact that a
yes,
is talking.
Menma was from one of the Naruto movies, and he was the alternate reality version of Naruto who was evil. And pretty much every fanfiction author since that movie has used Naruto, has had Naruto using Menma as a name whenever he's doing evil things, or is in a disguise, or is about to kill his family or something. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. So, first off, plot holes out the wazoo in this entire thing. So apparently, Ruby and Yang have now seen him just talk
to the Grim. Yep.
And no comment on that.
Yep. Yeah.
None. Not.
Yes,
not
Menma is a ridiculous name. It's also a ramen topping or whatever, because naming scheme. But anyway.
Then we transition to him for some reason fighting the Grim, despite the fact that he just told the rest of them to go away, and they did.
Yep.
Then he's shielding people with an axe. 2 people with an axe.
Yep.
For whatever reason for that, a pitcher stance with the fact. I understand this is supposed to be a razor sharp feather, but he's entered a pitcher stance with it. Not even a dart throwing stance.
Yeah.
Pitcher stance.
Yeah, pitcher. Oh, he's throwing a ball. Yeah.
But this was the thing I originally had a problem with, which is when he's like, Ruby OST Red Like Roses Part 2.
Oh yeah, I absolutely fucking hate it when fanfic, like, I will tolerate in the author's note, author being like, hey, you should listen to these songs in these sections because I think they pair really well. Okay, fine. Don't be in the middle of your fucking story naming the song people should be listening to for this section.
Because, A, some people won't care.
Yeah.
B, it doesn't have any place, like, that is so immersion killing. Like, if you... I even have a problem when people are like, oh, flashback end, dream end, or flashback start. I find those to be incredibly annoying and immersion breaking, but I can occasionally tolerate them if you don't have a good way to differentiate.
Yeah, I mean, like for Max and I, in our story with especially this current fucking chapter that I'm still writing, we do a lot of flashback hopping back and forth between real time and flashbacking, and we make our line breaks just amusing.
Yeah, but again.
Yeah.
You can get away with partly because you have a sentient, aware narrator. But that's beside my point here.
Yeah.
But I can tolerate those.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of them, but sometimes they're needed. Sometimes they're just useful. Like, sometime later, like, back at Beacon Hills. Okay, that's annoying. Sometime later, where the others are. Like, what the hell does that mean?
Yeah,
that doesn't. The point of this line break is to tell us where we are. Sometime later, where the others are. That tells us nothing. Like, you could have just said somewhere in the Emerald Forest.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Devil
in the
Fighting.
middle of your story, putting in, go listen to this song. Like, that's immersion breaking, and it has problems for multiple reasons. Because I've got news for you. When I'm reading by myself.
Yeah.
This little spit of a paragraph, this entire thing, this would take me maybe a minute to read this entire thing.
Yeah, like, I don't fucking read that slow. Is there someone named Pasta or Flame? No, okay, so in the movie in particular is called Road to Ninja, I believe. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, Road to
Yes, I
Ninja.
think
Basically,
so.
it's an AU that everyone's personalities is the exact opposite of canon personalities, and everyone has the exact same name except for Naruto, whose name is Menma, and he's a bad guy and basically like
I
a
was
more
gonna say,
competent
So
Madara.
Sasuke's a dork.
No, Sasuke's a playboy.
No.
Yeah, Sasuke becomes a playboy and
Hinata's a
So cool.
dominatrix. Sasuke's a playboy.
Yeah.
Sakura
Like the basic
was.
premise was
I guess Sakura would
Madara
be
snuck
super
back into the
weak.
village.
No,
to test
Obito
Tsukuyomi
snuck back in the
on
village, and
Oh, right, yeah.
threw
To
Sakura
test
and Naruto
Tsukuyomi.
into the
Yeah,
alternate
it's like,
universe.
we're gonna test the Tsukuyomi. It's like, oh no, you just straight up broke the time space continuum and threw them into another reality. You're an asshole.
Yeah, and then in
Fucking
the end,
meta.
they have to fight Menma, who somehow collected all 9 Biju, but didn't turn into
Yeah,
the
that
Ten-tailed
was a-
Jinchuriki.
That was a plot point that was never visited. Wait, why did Minma turn into this?
Yeah,
Because
Road
Naruto
to
just bumped
Ninja,
into this
super
reality.
original. Yeah, the Naruto movies were really weird. Like that one where they got invaded by a flying nation, and they had like the Zero Tails be a nuclear power source for their giant airship.
Um,
How much weed were the writers
I don't even
smoking?
think that was. I'm trying to remember.
That
which
was a movie.
that was. No, I'm trying to. Oh yeah. Okay, I remember now.
They
That
had
was
like
the,
gyrocopters and shit that shot like
and-
repeating kunai.
Yep.
It was
Yep,
fucking
sneaky.
dumb.
Sneaky, the jetpacks. Don't forget the
Oh
jetpacks.
yeah, so the jetpacks. It was just
say
so
what you
fucking
want. I'm not gonna lie
stupid.
though. Like all those movies are like guilty pleasures for me because it's like I could sit back and just enjoy some really stupid sci-fi cheesy shit here. in
Also,
Naruto.
especially that it was the fucking the post epilogue movie that came before the Boruto section.
Yeah, Naruto, the last Naruto
Where
movie. That was
where
actually
Lightning
really nice.
Country unveils, they have a big fuck off gun that they use to cut the moon in half, or no, shoot down. They were gonna shoot down the moon,
Yeah,
but
yeah, they
Naruto
were
cuts
gonna-
the moon in half.
Yeah, they were gonna shut down the moon. Like, say what you want,
What?
Sneaky.
Yeah,
That movie
yeah,
was
no,
great.
yeah. So
That
Naruto
movie
is
was
apparently
great.
on the fucking moon because Hinata gets kidnapped, and the moon's actually hollow and has an entire country inside it. And then Naruto's fighting the big bad at the end, and the moon's about to crash into the world, fucking Majora's Mask style, right?
Oh, yeah,
And
by the
Lightning
way,
Country's just like, don't worry, guys, we can shoot down the moon. They're like, what do you mean, Lightning Country? What do you mean you can shoot down the moon? And it's like, we have this big fuck-off gun that shoots chakra lasers.
It was a fun movie, though. I
And
think we need
it
to
was
start
like
that
a
one.
fucking 700mm cannon barrel.
Yeah. On the other side, though, Sneaky, the romance subplot was actually really nice.
Yeah, no, I thought it was I thought it was absolutely great. It was just so fucking stupid, though. And like, Naruto cuts the moon in half and then grabs both halves and pulls it back together and then sends it back up into space, and it's like, fucking
Alright, we're done here.
what?
Yeah.
Listen, we're
Oh,
done.
Naruto movies are really fucking silly, and I'm
When
glad
did
there's.
Naruto become Dragon Ball? Like immediately after the time skip.
Yeah. Naruto
Let's have a-
Shippuden is basically Dragon Ball, but ninjas.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. A good majority of it is enjoyable, but still, it's like I feel like you lost where you originally started this series.
I feel like Kishimoto was like, hey guys, I'm making a time skip.
I feel
Okay,
like
that's cool.
Kishimoto was super high.
That's cool, Kishimoto. What's after the time skip? Oh, well, you guys know how I had that power creep problem in the first half of Naruto? Yeah. I turned it to 11. Why?
I think the best part is that even then, it's like, well, no, hang on. We know this power creep exists thanks to the existence of Might Guy.
Guys,
We knew
guys,
how bad this could get, but
can we just move on?
holy
Yeah,
crap,
yeah, we can.
No,
We
we
can,
can't
in
move
fact,
on.
move on.
we can't let this go.
Anyway,
It's more entertaining than the story.
it is more entertaining than the story. Anyway, so back at Beacon Hill, blah blah blah, you okay? Looking at the statue. Ozpin. Lose myself in that same incident, the one that took Summer's life. You should talk to Yang.
No,
They
you
were
shouldn't.
my pack. I was searching for Raven during that time, and I don't deserve to see her again. So he has a pack of Beowulfs that he's the alpha now or something? Yes, no one dislikes DBZ for some reason, even though it's insane now, yep.
I
It's
mean,
DBZ. You're not watching for the plot. You're watching for animation and fights.
There is no real
excuse
plot
me,
DBZ.
excuse me. You mean you're watching for?
But no, seriously though, like the plot in Super's gotten a lot better apparently. So he hasn't lost all of his writing talent.
I think my favorite part was when Goku did something that's literally impossible to actually move while time itself was frozen. And then the bad guy was like, you shouldn't be able to do that, so I'll just make time even more frozen, so now you're still frozen in time.
Okay, this isn't JoJo. Calm down. But
Go Super
God,
Pink,
have
please,
you-
feminism is now a thing.
oh,
He's a Super Pink Saiyan, don't you know?
I mean, you say when he attains the ultimate level of Super Saiyan, he becomes the ultimate life
Yeah.
form, a female.
oh god, that was actually. Have you guys seen Resurrection of F?
No.
Okay. There's a character named Whis who chills with Beerus, the god of destruction. He ends up
Whishni?
training. No, shut up.
Does
He
she shoot
trained
Whishni beam?
Vegeta and Goku after the events of Battle of the Gods, and he
Uh-huh.
calls them out on something. And
Fascinating.
the author, it's Toriyama, right? Makes it very
Uh-huh.
clear he's aware of how bad his characters are as characters.
Wow.
Because
Hmm.
you guys know how horrible Goku is, right? He just lets bad guys power up, even though it could, destroy the
Yeah,
world.
he's
Oh,
all
yeah.
about the fair
And-
fight, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and Vegeta lets them power up because he's a prideful piece of shit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Character goes up and is like, all right, you want to know how to get stronger? Stop being bitches. Goku. Seriously. Stop being an asshole and kill them.
Vegeta.
Vegeta,
too.
just stop. Just try. Just put in effort. I need to go watch that movie again.
Oh my fucking
Can we
god.
do something other than this fan fiction? I'm reaching for a lot of
No.
straws here.
No. Anyway, blah blah blah. One of these days you'll be able to tame the La Bete.
The Beast in French, by the way. I went ahead and did some translation research while Atin was ranting.
No, we're not talking about any more DBA, DBZ, DB fuck you. Team 4 Star is a bunch of hacks.
Oh! There go our viewers.
Uh,
I mean, to be fair, they've got nothing on something witty entertainment, but I don't think they're hacks.
No, they're hacks because they have yet to fucking string Takehata up on a goddamn cross, like they said they would.
Valid complaint.
Oh, bye, Spidey. Sorry to lose you. Oh, and there goes Dana, and
Donna.
there goes
Oh.
AD.
And
Oh,
on
right.
Donna.
Bye, AD.
Well, everyone's gone. Let's just end early. No reason to keep reading this horrible, horrible trash.
Nope. Nope, we're here for a whole 2 hours. Or
well,
more.
on the bright side, we've only got 27 minutes left.
Damn it, where are they? Came the woman's of snow white hair. Oh, this is ice region of remnant. You can't run from us. Hee. 2 maidens down and 2 to go before ripping the blade out of her chest. There were 4 of them. This isn't good. And with that said, the 4 began walking away, but not before the white-haired man picking up the maiden bride style. It's not gonna happen like Autumn. Shouldn't we talk to the beast? He's the strongest one. You realize he can't be involved. If he loses cool, then disaster will strike once more. I can never forget the day the beast woke up. No, no, I'm done. No. Fuck this shit. No, I have my limits. And this is one of them.
I think we found Sneaky's limits.
Fuck this story. Harry Potter and A Way Through the Stars. What was this one again? Prophecy. Oh, this was, oh yes, this is Harry Potter's 10 bajillion years old because he went back to the beginning of the universe. And, yeah, I'm just gonna keep the fucking edgy banner up because of the goddamn name of the guy writing it and how edgy Harry Potter acts. Right, so this is another story that we had previously covered. This is Harry Potter went back in time to the beginning of the universe, so he's like, well, not the beginning of the universe, but he's like 3.29 billion years old now.
Yeah.
And he's still 18 though, and he's like a special forces officer working undercover as a 14-year-old.
And
for the International Coalition of Wizards, who responds to orders from Dumbledore, and he can't love people, even though he's like uber powerful because Voldemort might try and kill them, and he can't kill Voldemort right away because they have to like secretly do it because drawing out the tension. Is there an alternate universe of Harry Potter? Oh, there are many alternate Harry Potter universes. This is one of them.
All of them are trash.
All of them are garbage. In case anyone wants to follow where Voldemort is a good boy and Ron is a playboy. I'm sure you can find them on websites like Dark Lord Potter, yeah. Or Fanfiction, Archive of Our Own. Or adult fan fiction. I'm sure they're there. I'm never going to look for them, but I'm sure they're there. I'm sure it exists in some
I was going to say, yes, I am quite sure it exists.
Okay.
God, I wish it didn't, but...
Putting it everywhere. Putting it everywhere. Putting it everywhere. And paste. Okay, everyone has it. Your body is, in fact, never ready for this. The days in Hogwarts passed with the monotony of classes and the normal behavior and activities of the students. Harry found both.
That's something I want to say. That's something that always bothers me with like Harry Potter. They're like, oh, class is so monotonous. You are learning magic. Shut your face.
Wow, Devil Spidey, way to be anti-Semitic.
Like, you're
Listen me
magic.
out. I think you're rubbing off on the audience, Sneaky. Please stop.
I do not rub off the audience, Max.
It would explain how we keep getting viewers.
I am insulted by your slander and libel.
I'm insulted that you're selectively getting rid of words, I'd say.
I did not slander.
Oh, I only learned how to make teapots into bears today. It was boring and useless. Yep. Oh, I only learned how to make teapots into bears today. It was boring and useless.
Oh, I only learned how to make things float on their own. How very droll.
I only learned how to create my own power structures. So boring.
I suppose I'll just go and ride my flying broom back to my dorm now. Ugh. Peasantry.
You having fun?
Yes.
Yes. How droll. He recognized the fact that these children needed to be educated in different branches of magic so they could use them in their future to secure jobs, and that not everyone had the ability to jump to a spectral plane of existence every summer and train for billions of years.
Huh.
What? You know what? I don't care. I only have to tolerate this for another 20 minutes.
Peasants, you should learn how to make yourself smoke like every one of us with some class.
Yeah, apparently.
To be truthful, he was the only one known, not known to many, just Dumbledore, in human history. But his understanding of common human requirements in nature did not stop him from feeling like he was being taught alphabets when he was the most learned man in English in the world. Metaphorically so, when one day Professor McGonagall was teaching the class Human Transfiguration. You're missing a comma. Or not comma, colon.
Hey, you know
or
what?
Semicolon. Actually, you could really
No matter what happens in
varied
this story,
with that
it
one.
won't be bad as Harry being 11 years old.
You're right. It will never be as bad as Harry being 11 years old and fucking Fleur as a 13-year-old who as a panther. You're right. Child bestiality porn will never quite be topped. Hopefully anytime soon.
Like you say,
Have we pulled you back in, Anon?
we're not talking about this again.
Yes, no. But do us a favor and view our previous broadcasts where we have in fact linked such a fanfiction and go report it for us as well to help us take it off the internet. Because that author
really,
does not deserve
really
to continue.
needs to be off.
Yeah. Cause I reported it to the admins, I made an email over to the admins, I reported it through Fanfiction, I tweeted them, and they have yet to remove it. So, apparently they approve of child porn bestiality rape. Who would have guessed? Not I, says I. Anyway.
Well, that or it takes time to go through files and a server and a ticket queue.
I mean, I even linked them. I mean,
yeah.
I made the subject line child pornography.
Sneaky, as someone who's had to look at a customer service desk behind a computer, it could take them actual days before they get that far down. I don't think they have a filter for that yet. I'm sure after your email, they're going to put in a filter to make that a priority.
Yeah. I mean, it's only been 2 weeks since I've reported it.
I thought you just did it last Friday.
No, it's been quite a while. Has it only been a week? Maybe it has.
I thought that was the one you guys saw when I wasn't here last Friday, and I was really confused.
Yes,
when
yes,
it was.
Yep.
I woke up the next morning to these measures like, what the fuck is Sneaky on? What did they read while I was gone?
Yeah, no.
Wait, what messages did you wake up to, Max?
There was several where we were talking about it, but yeah.
Sneaky was like, I emailed, tweeted, messaged, and reported, and it's still up. So I'm just like, what the fuck did they write? Why is there child porn on fanfiction?
Yeah.
How did they stumble on this?
Like we do everything else, slowly and stupidly. Anyway,
wishing we hadn't.
The class found it very interesting when she said that the lessons contained information about Animanga's transformations. Harry, himself being a shifter, had so instinctive knowledge in the subject that he needn't have bothered. Yet Professor McGonagall's stern nature made sure that he at least tried somewhat. He couldn't, after all, unlock his powers now. He could easily do that. So you just contradicted yourself, and show the teacher his shifting abilities. The sheer magical backlash that would occur if he broke out of the magical bindings would take down half of the castle.
What?
On a scale of 1 to 100, how cancerous is fanfiction? I would give it around a 200, because like you get like every once in a while you get the good stories, right? And that's like the benign tumor.
No. You've got stories that are benign to where you see them and you're just like, you know what? This isn't bad. This is not good, but it's not egregious. It's not bad. It may even be that it's just not your cup of tea.
It gives you hyper cancer.
Then you get stories where you're like, wow, I really like this. This is really, really well written. This is awesome. It's a shame this can never be an actual book because I'd love to support the author.
This is true,
Now we
yeah.
have
Those
things like
are
Patreon.
very rare, though. Those are very rare.
I didn't say they weren't. I'm just saying. But you have those. And then you have the vast, I would say, 85%. The stuff that we read.
Yeah.
Week after week after week. Because we're never going to run out of this nonsense.
No, we will not. In fact, I by simply going through maybe 2 to 3 hours worth of trolling through the stuff I really knew. I wasn't even reaching for this stuff. Just going through the first 2 pages of every fanfiction section I could comfortably talk about. I only got through half of them, by the way. I already have like a good 80 for us to talk about. So, and I didn't even get to the big sections yet, like Harry Potter or Pokemon or Ruby.
I was going to say, we were going through the small sections.
I was going through the small-ass sections, like Lord of the Rings and shit. So, prepare yourselves. It only goes downhill from here.
How deep does the rabbit hole go? Deeper than we'd like.
Anyway. The class went on with Harry getting more bored with each passing second. He didn't realize that he was dozing off until Professor McGonagall attempted to transfigure his hand into a rat trap. Wow, so teacherly.
Wait, transfigure his head into a rat trap. That's
like abuse.
Yeah.
Is there even a hill? I think it's a pit with no bottom. Yeah, we're actually slowly exploring the pit to hell in Russia. I didn't want to tell you guys this, but there's a long way to go.
We've gone maybe 50 feet down.
It's one step at a time. Anyway.
But for you, our faithful viewers, we'll bring you trash. Every
faithful viewers, figments of our imagination, it's like the same thing. Anyway.
See, I'm simultaneously just secretly operating dozens of Twitch accounts to make
Golden
it seem like
trash.
people that care.
Yes. Blah, 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 blah. At this, he was startled. He woke up with a start as the spell approached him. Reacting without thinking, he switched back his hand from the rat trap mere seconds from when it hit him. He swayed in his place, having woken up with such a shock, and grabbed the edge of his desk to steady himself. When he got his bearings, he looked at the class. He found a class full of students gaping at him. Even Professor McGonagall was stunned.
Oh, speaking of which, yes, Devil's Spidey, we have occasionally found golden trash.
Oh, yes, we actually have. Rare. Go back and watch our videos on our YouTube page. There is, in fact, fanfictions that we recommend at some point in time, typically.
Because we find them and we're like, wow, this is, you know what? Actually, go keep reading this, because we certainly will.
Yep. We have found those stories before. Not often, but we have found them. I assure you, we have found them.
Yeah, you're clearly lying.
Maybe we are. You'll never know unless you watch our videos.
I'm not going back and watching that schlock. There's like, I think I'm pretty close to almost 100 hours of footage by this point, just on these streams alone.
Something like that, yeah.
That's right, folks. We have lots of content for you.
7 months of content. Even Professor McGonagall was stunned into speechlessness.
Of our voices for hours on end.
Hermione was gaping and looking at him in a queer way. Harry summed up his thoughts in 2 words. Oh, shit. This brought McGonagall out of her stupor. Language, Mr. Potter. Oh, yes, it's 7 months of other crap. Do not worry.
That's what she's going to say. Really?
We will deliver other crap to you twice a week. The meeting in the headmaster's office was making his head ache. The small spikes of pain as soon became full-fledged throbbing, as Dumbledore gave McGonagall all sorts of crap theories about why Harry had been able to do what he did. But the deputy headmistress...
All sorts of crap theory? Really? Really? You're telling me that Minerva McGonagall is just making up crap theories.
No.
Like, I understand she might not
Dumbledore is making
know
up
what's
crap
actually going on.
theories to explain to McGonagall
Okay.
why his hand didn't transform or why his hand transformed back or etc.
Gotcha. Okay.
The deputy headmistress did not look even remotely happy or convinced with these explanations. Minerva, I am sure Harry had a bout of accidental magic, having been woken up from slumber. Are you sure? Are you sure? How can a 16-year-old boy have a bout of accidental magic? It is unheard of. Minerva, calm down.
What? No, she's raising perfectly legitimate points, and
At
you've
the
got
sudden
nothing.
rebuke, the professor deflated slightly. Within moments, though, she was back to looking at the headmaster defiantly, clearly waiting for a better answer. Minerva, you must understand, I did not want to bring this matter up. It is unheard of, yes, but it's also unheard of that a boy should be charged with the duty of being the one who would defeat the greatest Dark Lord in the century that Britain has seen. Oh yes, bring the prophecy into this. With each word, the professor's shoulders slouched, and a sad appearance made its way onto her face. She was rather forcefully reminded of the prophecy concerning Harry and Voldemort that Dumbledore had revealed to her at the beginning of the term. So you're telling me that it was the stress? Yes, Minerva. After the professor had left, Dumbledore looked at Harry with a curious expression, a small smile in place. You seem to be losing control, Harry. It wasn't a question or an accusation. It was just a statement. Yes, those 3.29 billion years of control that he's practiced, he seems to be losing it right now. So he stayed silent and decided to be so till he was asked an actual question. The calmness that reigned in the office after the verbal battle soothed his nerves. He visibly relaxed in his seat and stretched his hand towards the bowl that contained lemon drops. After popping a couple of the sweets in his mouth, he silently sucked them, reveling in the slight twang and sweet taste.
Wait, I'm sorry, did you say...
Tang. It's Tang, Sneaky, not
Yeah, I was
Twang.
gonna say, twang! He was
No,
reveling in the
know
southern...
Don't you know there's southern lemon drops? Come on, guys.
Sneaky, the author wrote Tang. I think we need to get you off stream into a doctor.
No, we don't.
Should I at least get a paramedic on the phone?
Nah.
Just like use an app or something.
Those lemon drops are laced with poison.
No, they're laced with southern.
They were made out of chloroform. No, Albus is eating the lemon drops, not Harry. Harry, I have thought of something, and I wish to know your opinion in that matter. What is it, Albus? I think I should remove the bindings and let you control your own powers. Harry... Oh, it is Harry eating them. Okay. And let you control your own powers. Harry stopped sucking and looked up at Albus.
You see, Harry? That's what a blowjob gets you. Free use of your magic power.
Just kidding. Opened his eyes and looked at the old man with glazed eyes. After a very long time, he managed to get a word out. What? Yes, Harry, it is getting very draining for me to hold the bonds, and I don't want you to lose control one day and destroy half the castle. It is best you start learning how to keep your own powers in check. Wait, so you're telling me, after 3.29 billion years...
He hasn't learned a modicum of control.
Yeah, of practicing and getting stronger, that he hasn't learned a single granule of control over his own powers. Bullshit. Hear me out, Harry. Tonight, I'll let go of the bonds. You'll slowly come to your powers here in my office. And then we'll have the whole night to teach you to keep low profile and control your massive core and list of abilities from manifesting. After several minutes, Harry stiffly nodded. Very well then. I'll let the teachers know that you're not going to the rest of the classes today. Give your mind some rest. I find a walk very refreshing after having my mental faculties face such ordeals. A very
Such ordeals.
enthusiastic
He
walk.
hasn't done anything.
Giving
Okay.
10 points for Gryffindor every time Harry yells harder. It happened in the first book. He's only good because Dumbledore likes writing him. Gay undertones.
Undertones, they're more like overtones.
With a small farewell, Harry left the office and made his way for Hagrid's hut. There, Hagrid was having class with the third years. A beautiful unicorn was trotting and grazing as Hagrid spewed information, and the third years copied those down fervently. What? Spewed information and the third years copied those down fervently.
Okay.
That's, okay. Hey there, Hagrid. Hello, Harry.
say,
Is that a
technically those are all
unicorn?
words in
Yes, it
English.
is. Want to go near him? Sure. Here, take a few steps closer to him and wait for him to acknowledge you. If he comes closer, then you are fine to go further close to him. But if he gets scared and moves away, you have to back up too. Hagrid is the one who preps Harry for Dumbledore. Jesus fucking Christ.
Well then.
Are you ready? Yes, I am, Hagrid, but your accent is gone, and you speak so much better now. All Limpe is doing, she forced me to take classes from her so that she could teach me to speak well.
Really?
That sounds a lot like I, as an author, do not want to write Hagrid with an accent, so I'm going to say he just learned better. Flashing Hagrid a bright smile, Harry moved to get closer to the unicorn, and he barely taken a few steps wherein the majestic beast looked at him.
Really thinking?
The majestic beast looked at him with doe eyes. And its eyes broadened. The unicorn almost galloped up to him and stood in front of Harry. It brought its face closer to him, sniffed him a little, and nudged him in the chest. Wow, Harry! You must be the first man to have been that close with a unicorn. Are you actually a trans woman, Harry? Are you a virgin, Harry? Are you a 3.2 billion-year-old virgin? Stroke the horn, Harry. Oh God. Harry was stroking
incoming.
Harry was stroking the single horn with his left hand and rubbing the lower neck and its mane with his right.
Must you read it like that?
Zoophilia incoming. The unicorn gave a neighing sound and shook its head in a clear gesture. Harry gave a small smile and walked around. Oh boy! With a flurry of movement, he got on its back and hugged the strong neck tightly. The unicorn gave another neighing sound and galloped off. It starts with the horn and ends with the hoofs.
I wasn't aware I was reading Monster Musume fanfiction.
Indeed. Hagrid and the third year students stood there looking at the trail of dust that was left behind by the unicorn and its rider. You need the lessons on keeping a low profile very dearly, do you know that? The headmaster was sitting in his chair looking at his prodigy student. One hand pinching the bridge of his nose. You are going to give me heart attacks if you continue with your exploits, Harry. I must protest. It was the unicorn's fault. Beep boop. Human conversation initiating. God damn it, Devil Spidey. So, and it did a good job doing that fault. Because when it was galloping aimlessly, I noticed Malfoy sneaking off into the forest, and his arms were exposed! Headmaster, Headmaster, calm down, Severus. Snape had burst into the room like a possessed man. He was panting and gasping for breath. Take your time, Severus. I am in no hurry. Once he had gathered his bearings back, he had noticed Harry in the room. Potter, you insolent brat! What are you doing here? Get off now! Whoa, Snape! Whoa! Yeah. We were joking about this being a gay fic. Snape is disguising himself as the unicorn to be ridden by Harry. I have some important business with the headmaster. And this, ladies and gentlemen, this is specifically why you always make sure to spell check. So your conversation of, get out of this room, child, I have to talk with the headmaster, doesn't turn into, start jacking off, child, I have to talk with the headmaster. Well, this is why spell check, not the program, but physically going through your story and spell checking it is very important.
And if you won't do it, get a beta.
Yeah.
This is Harry Potter. This is Harry Potter. Assuming that you aren't writing in the world's most broken English,
Child,
and that you actually make an effort
to,
and that you actually make an effort to correct it, you will have a beta. Just fine.
Will be the tools of your teaching. He has to have a private audience with Snape first. Anyway.
He's going to learn about using potions to augment himself, right?
Indeed. I prefer he stays here, Severus. Grumbling in defeat, he gave one more suspicious look at him and then turned towards Dumbledore. Headmaster, it is confirmed Draco has gotten the Dark Mark, and I think he has been ordered to. He drifted off, looking at Harry again. I have full confidence in Harry, Severus. This is oddly flip-floppy of what actually goes down in canon.
Yeah. Sometimes it seems to be playing fast and loose with canon, sometimes it seems to be really, really sticking to it.
Yeah. Please continue with your information. I think his orders are to murder you. Surprising both of the professors, Harry set out. Ha! I guessed as much. Beep boop, I am robot prediction mode engaged. Now, why else would he take the risk of wearing around the Dark Mark? He isn't very brave either. What are you? Severus, leave us. I have some important discussion with Mr. Potter. Snape scowled at the dismissal, opening his mouth to give a sharp retort. Then he thought better of it and turned back. His cloak billowed as he stomped out of the room. Harry, you were saying? Albus, I saw the Dark Mark on Malfoy's hand. If he really is here to kill you, then he must be removed. Harry, think. What is there? Dumbledore interrupted him with a raised hand. Thank you for that timely interruption, Max.
Indeed. Because that's the sound that's telling us we are out of time.
Indeed.
So we're going to finish this piece of garbage.
And then close it for the day. Yeah.
Oh. That was actually really good timing. I'm just trying to reload a card bounce.
Neat. Think of your previous teachings, Harry. You must calm Malfoy.
There's only one way to calm a man in a rage.
Touch his Schwartz! Young Mr. Malfoy is doing it for his family to keep them safe. I've checked Severus's mind. He found out Malfoy was marked. He was marked under the orders that he must kill me because if he failed, his family would die. You're not going to do anything, are you? How did you, Albus? You're making a mistake with all these chances with your enemies, is my belief. Enemies are to neutralize. I'll keep an eye on Malfoy. Let's get on with the schedule. Morning light was lit upon his office. Harry opened his eyes, groaned, felt in his muscles, cursed because stiffness in his joints, felt lightheaded. Master's awake. Tippy must go inform head sir. Shriek, house elf, shrieking, cobwebs, popping sound. How you feeling? Drained, hungry. Your mind hasn't caught up with the fact you're supposed to be. Harry went rigid, and his bright golden white aura flashed, blinding him as well as Dumbledore. Dumbledore! What the fuck is going on in chat?
What, chat? I don't know.
Chat, stop being cancer. A lot more powerful. Dumbledore finished his interrupted speech. What the hell was that? Someone was giving you teenage problems. What? Did he just get massively erect? I think he did.
I think he did.
I think he did. Harry went bright red with blush. I'm gonna go take a cold shower.
Oh. I guess he did.
Yeah, an hour-long cold shower. Man, that is an erection.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know, maybe
the power of love is his true power.
Maybe you need to see a doctor about that, Harry, because that's not...
Welcome back. How are you? Am good. Harry, you realize due to your powers being bound, your core is only expanded during this time. Likely theory. Okay, so I hate stories usually that talk about the core because it's just so undefined. It's like power levels in DBZ.
No, it's actually even less defined than power levels in DBZ.
Well, no, it's actually around the same. Because it's like, oh, it's an arbitrary number indicating their strength. Oh, his core is massive. Oh, it's bigger than other people's cores, so he's stronger in magic? Yeah, you see what I mean? Like, oh, his numbers are higher, so he's stronger in fighting?
Okay, no, but like... At least with, and don't get me wrong, the numbers are terrible. But at least with the numbers, it's like, 9,000.
I mean, like,
well, okay.
Like, you realize that there was a good reason why they dropped the numbers immediately after that arc ended?
Yes. Because they're like, oh, well, we've so destroyed our own measuring system that it's literally meaningless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I dislike cores, because it's just like, there was one story called Core Threads that focuses solely on the core, and like does really silly things with it, and like talks about the consequences of it being a limited thing, and what happens when you force it to expand and shit like. It was really good, but that was because it focused solely on that thing alone, and just talked about just that. Like, every other plot point in Harry Potter was basically ignored in favor of talking about the core.
Yeah.
Every girl does want Harry's D, don't you know? He's got a massive core.
I would just say also, many of the guys want it too.
Indeed. His core is so massive it gets them all pregnant. Pergnat, as the internet would say. How do I get my girl find Pergnat? Perfnat. Pergnat. Accidental magic indeed. Oh, okay. Likely your core has been increased to impossible proportions. If you were to let go,
to impossible proportions. Well, how'd it get there then?
You're likely to win 1,000 times over. Had to stop himself from gaping. Why it took so long to wake up. With training control my power. Predictably, you'll need several lessons so you don't turn the world blind when you cast Luminos. Okay, so this is again, this harkens back to my original problem with this fic. It says, oh yes, he trained for 3.2 billion years. And I'm not quite sure what kind of training he did, because they're saying he didn't do any training that involved his core getting bigger, because they're like, oh my god, your core's bigger, holy shit, this is a surprise, but not really. So the training wasn't focusing on increasing his core size, or his power numbers. Okay, so what else his training could be on? Control, I guess? Oh, no, apparently he has 0 control, so he wasn't training on that. So then what else was his training on? English, math, science, history, spells? Nope. Like, what was it? Okay,
Sneaky,
so...
he was perfecting the most important thing of all.
What?
His masturbation technique.
Oh, of course. That does, in fact, take 3.2 billion years to perfect. So that leaves number of spells and non-magical stuff. So apparently he spent 3.2 billion years learning spells, but not how to control them. So he was just like learning the spell once, casted it once, was like, okay, yeah, I can do this, and then he moved on to the next spell for 3.29 billion years.
Good to know that he's Invoker, only incompetent.
Yeah, he's the most incompetent Invoker to exist. Do we have the technology, Anon? Do we have the technology? Anyway. I won't be going to classes. Organize your mind. 5 hours later, tired Harry conjured so powerful that magic was obeying him without him even recognizing it. Mindscape, oh, that cliche. He spent 1,000,000 years designing his mindscape. A galaxy of 73,000 planets was his mindscape. The center of the galaxy was a sun that was his core. Surrounding it were the power ring planets. The second layer consisted of about 1,000 planets, which served as his galaxy's center of civilization. And as for his mind, his memories and skills were stored there. So what? Star Wars is Harry Potter's mindscape? Question mark?
Oh, it better not be.
This is in fact the Power Rangers. Memories and skills. The third layer was a ring of 100 planets that acted as a command ring. It housed the command centers of his galaxy's fleets, and it was the main defense of his mind. Okay, look. I'm pretty sure having 73,000 planets to store your memories on is enough of a defense. Because again, small-ass fucking person has to manually search 73,000 planets. He was being a neat and played with his imaginary friends. What the fuck is going through Harry Potter's mind? Well, don't you guys see? He's just ascending to the next power level. Don't worry, we're all fucking lost. Why meet people when you can fuck Ahsoka in your mind?
I mean...
I mean...
Remember, they can't say no if
he's
it's all
doing
in your
both,
head.
Devil Spidey. Don't forget. He's doing them both.
I got rejected by my own imagination.
Command centers, shipyards, cannon belts, air bases, spacecraft bases, beyond the planets at a distance of 2 parsecs. In his mind, from the closest planets were several systems of shields powered by the power planets close to the central sun. Dumbledore couldn't get past his line of shields. If Dumbledore couldn't, then anyone could. After all, he successfully tested his mind's defense against several sieges by trillions of enemies during his spectral plane training. What the fuck is going on? He smirked when he thought about his special defense.
His special defense.
That he had in mind for anyone that did break through literally everything else. It was a black hole.
Really? And here I was hoping it was a giant Wang battleship.
What did Torg call his? It was a shit-fisting...
No, we're not. Just finish the story so we can leave.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh no. Harry takes some rest. Harry felt rested. Tom Riddle experienced a coherent file in the Grand Library of the Citadel on planet B11133. And that was the place where the Spartan guards, warriors of his imagination, trained and lived. More author's note, more on Spartan guards will be said later in the story. He relived every single moment of Voldemort's life through the connection he shared with Voldemort.
Oh, good. Doing that now. Excellent. Well, I guess there's literally no problem with getting the Horcruxes.
It took monumental power to keep the connection open on his side after it broke when Dumbledore removed the Horcrux from his forehead. It was painful but effective tool that allowed him to go into Voldemort's mind. In the accelerated time inside his mind, he quickly reached his 4th year and he stopped. He couldn't believe his eyes. Voldemort had given them the tools for his own destruction. He used Harry's blood to resurrect himself, so in the veins flowed the very blood that Harry had, only without the added benefits, as the benefits were connected to Harry's magic. Magical blood retains their relation to their source, so he could perform a blood ritual that effectively blasted Riddle to smithereens. You know, that is a good point, though. That is a good point, though. I've only seen that talked about, like, once or twice in other stories.
Cool story.
It'll be easy to beat him. Information.
We're not done yet. We're still not done yet.
Showed familiar. Familiar bonds are impenetrable, except with using Imperio. File completed. Dumbledore. My friend, you are too powerful for me to consider you a student. You have become my friend. You can outperform 100 Dumbledores. Fawkes claims he wants to bond with you. He said something along the lines of him not being able to gain his full potential with my power, but you being more than sufficient. Hedwig has decided to bond with me in exchange.
Why?
I hate this.
Half an hour of verbal warfare. Hedwig herself smacked him on the head. Harry agreed. Ron and Hermione worried. Hermione was worried at least. Last seen Harry in Transfiguration. He hadn't returned since. They thought he was expelled or escaped the country as a coward. And the duo of the Golden Trio, pressure, humiliation. At least he isn't waifuing Hedwig and or Fawkes. I have stumbled upon those stories, so yes, I do agree with you there, Anon. At least they haven't turned into waifus yet. Yeah.
I'm out of things to say about that. Like, I know that I haven't been talking, and I'm sorry, but I have nothing to say about this pile of nonsense.
Like, this is just technobabble taken to an extreme level. Like, honestly, give me your honest opinion, guys. How often do you think Harry's mind is actually going to be attempted to be infiltrated by a big bad of this story, in this story? Like,
I don't know.
Once? Maybe?
Maybe twice?
Yeah, like...
I feel like once would be all it would need to be for it to be like, hey, this is why you don't go digging into a fucking psychotic asshole's mind.
This video
wow, that
has
was
been
terrible.
blocked in
I'm
your
literally
country.
going to never try that again. I'll go try it on the, like, undefended 13-year-olds.
Yeah, I don't... Anyway. Ron and Hermione realize it was because Harry that they've always gotten leeway, however unnoticed those were before. The teachers acted indifferent for them. There was no more praise for Hermione. Just small acknowledgement and house points. She noticed the change, and Ron was constantly being pranked and joked about. Really, 2 days of Harry not showing up to classes, and it already people are fucking making fun of these people.
I mean, okay,
Okay,
sure.
that's a fast turnaround, but I guess that's the name of the game in Hogwarts canon. I mean, it is, so, I mean, can't really complain about it. As fucking retarded as it is. Dinner became problematic. Draco Malfoy came to the table, started to insult Hermione. Why are you even at Hogwarts? You're an engorged bowtruckle. You're so filthy. No wizard would ever want you as a concubine. If you're a mudblood, if you finish that word, Miss Parkinson, I'll make the rest of your time in Hogwarts permanent hell. A deep voice that simply exuded authority and command and demanded respect came from the side of the group.
Can we just die?
Oh, we're almost done. The heads of the students swung sideways like on a spring. You use that word, but I don't think it means what you think it means.
I mean, I hope they used it wrong. But I guess we'll see.
Swung sideways like on a spring. Okay. And they found themselves looking at the missing boy who lived. He was gone for 2 days!
Like, guys. Like, if it was a week, 2 weeks, a couple of months,
if it was a week, I could be like, okay, something might have happened to Harry if it was a week or something and he wasn't in the infirmary. But, like, all the teachers are totally chill with Harry not being there. Dumbledore isn't worried. Like, no one's worried that Harry is missing for these 2 days. And everyone's like, oh shit, Harry's dead! He's run to France or something!
Yeah.
Guys, I'm willing to accept them, like, starting to mock Hermione and Ron because Harry's not there. I'm willing to accept that within 2 days' time. But, like,
Because
everyone's
kids
like...
are horrible people.
But everyone be like, holy shit! What the fuck is this? I don't even understand! Harry's back?!
We thought he was dead, we did, Gav!
Well, he was last seen going into Dumbledore's office. Yeah, exactly. They didn't recognize their friend. In front of them stood a regal-looking young man with pale skin, drawn tightly on his high cheekbones and windswept hair. Did he fucking turn into Edward from Twilight?
Yes.
Apparently, the answer to that question is in fact yes. Black robes with gold runic designs along the chest and sleeves. Very definitely made out of expensive material. Behind him stood Headmaster Dumbledore, looking like he was there to back him up in anything he was about to do. Recognition dawned on Hermione when she saw the Potter crest on his chest. Emerald eyes, flecks of gold in the emerald eyes. Oh boy, almost rainbow eyes, but not quite. Fucking Twilight.
Shall I go find more rainbow eyes for you, sir?
No.
No.
Alright.
Who are you? You don't recognize me. Miss Parkinson, apologize to Granger. Running the Garfield, but yikes, streak, and not a bit of clothing. He did dress break on her.
What?
Jesus.
Dress
Well,
break.
sorry.
You know, the high school D times D. The first power
Well,
that the main character manifests is the ability to blast the clothing off of women.
Cause haha, that's so funny. He's the. It was funny once.
Yeah.
I remember it, Sneaky, I do, because it became a stupid linchpin in a fight later on, I think.
Yeah. Hey,
But-
thanks Anon for joining this fucking motley crew of retardation
Oh,
and sadness.
okay, yeah, okay. Escape while you can, and on.
Run.
Team Lupin
Escape
versus Team Potter. Yeah, quality yucks right there. Blah blah blah. Young man, Azkaban, Snape. I'm afraid I know what you're talking about, Professor Potter. I know you're playing games. You vanished this girl's clothes. I think you're confused, Professor. I'll not let you hurt Slytherin. What other students? Will you let them be harmed? Face was outraged. It's not duty to protect the teacher. Blah blah blah. Snake being told off. Duties of teacher. Mr. Potter 20 points. Too much for Severus. Stomping away. Are you sure this is possible? Thurgomancy?
I think that's just Thurkmancy for some fucking reason.
Why is this not done yet? Why are we not done yet? At what point does Harry's inner world, does his massive magical core go away and he unleashes an entire galaxy upon the world?
I honestly, I want his powers to go out of control and make the sun a thing on the Earth, and then everyone just dies. And that's how the story ends. 3 chapters in.
Accidentally manifests the sun, destroys everything.
Accidentally sun, everyone's dead. GG. No re. Blah blah blah, viable solution. I might be able to. I am a fool. I would have to agree with that. Doubting if I could pull off a ritual when I'm a master of blood magic. Of course he is. Master of every. Oh wait, fucking hold on, rewind. What the fuck? He's a master of every form of magic. I could use my magic to bring about the effects of the ritual, distance, ritual in front of Riddle, but I could use the blood magic when fighting him, and I'd be close enough for the ritual to take effect. Okay, so he learned every ritual and spell in existence and mastered it, but his control is shit, and he didn't realize his magical strength got larger?
Of course. Jesus fucking. Can you just stop? Can we just?
Yeah, no. This is we're at the end. Blah blah blah. Fox. Remember Great Hall. Take a chaos pranks. Vanishing clothes. Rumors. Transformed his clothes back to school robes. His face under a glamour charm that showed the old Harry. But everyone's already seen the new Harry. Why are you pretending to be old Harry?
I don't want everyone to be put off by my magnificence.
Yeah, apparently.
Bullshit like that.
Max Int Zero Wiz, a true wizard. True facts. Okay, so.
No, he's not a wizard, guys. He's a sorcerer.
Okay, so we are at the end of this, and I'm assuming that we are going to veto this at ever looking at it again.
Jesus God, yes.
Okay. This story has been vetoed.
An inane... I'm sorry. It's become a complete inane pile of garbage.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba.
None of this makes any sense.
Okay, so we are at the end of our podcast thing. Thank you everyone for joining us. I'm sure you're regretting it already. If you enjoyed this and you want to see more of it for some ungodly reason, you can do one of two things. You can either head on down to our YouTube channel in the panel below and check out all the archived footage of every single episode of this as a playlist, or you can come here on Tuesdays and Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and join us for the live show, where you get featured on the screen now because production quality.
If you would like to not be immortalized forever in this horrible piece of nonsense, stay away. Stay far away. We want your money, but we also suggest you stay away for your own sanity's sake.
Well, technically
really
speaking, by YouTube and Twitch guidelines, I am not supposed to recommend the use of alcohol or other various drugs that have mind-affecting properties. I do! You should. Because you're gonna need it.
How do you think we get through this?
I'm gonna start keeping a ball of NyQuil beside me during these things.
Fucking put me to my final rest, because this shit is too much. Anyway, thanks for joining us, and we will see you guys next week.
Great having
Friday.
you here. We're sorry we do this to you people.